Hey, I hope you're getting excited about your trip to Jamaica. I just wanted to take time to walk you through your documents. You received an email similar to this from me. Of course, this is a generic email that I use, so it's not going to be specific to your trip. I just want to give you an overview of what your documents are like and what to pay attention to. So when you open it up, you can just, you can open it up with this online, or sometimes it'll prompt you to download the app. If you do choose the app version, then the good thing about that is that it will allow you to use the app offline, so you won't have to use Wi-Fi or cell service. We're going to start over here. You can easily skip around over here by clicking on the different days. We're going to start with the information and documents section. Sometimes it's at the top and sometimes it's at the bottom, so just be aware of that. But the first thing you're going to find is you're going to see that you have some documents available, so you can just open those up. You'll have at least your flights and at least your confirmation. So when you open those up, you can scroll through and see what all your information is. Same with your flights. So obviously these are not specific for Jamaica, it's just for sample purposes. And if you bought insurance, depending upon what kind of insurance you got, I will have given you information about that there. Also for Jamaica, you do need to fill out a customs and immigration form, and to make everything faster, I've given you the link where you can go and fill it out and submit it. And that way you don't have to fool with that once you get to Jamaica or on the airplane. And it can be completed anytime from um, when you've booked your flights up until 24 hours prior to the scheduled departure time. So just be sure to do it around the same time that you're checking in online for your flights. If there is a 24/7 phone number, I've listed that for you and who to call. If you encounter any issues with your flights, talk to the gate agent. They have the most power. Once you start traveling, you are going to have to be your own best advocate. So if something happens, go talk to the gate agent. It does not have to be the gate agent of the gate that you're getting ready to fly in or out of. You can talk to any gate agent representing the airline that you are flying with. Sometimes it's best for you to try to go through the app to make any changes, or to the gate agent. But if you have any issues with that, let me know. I'll try to walk you through everything as best I can. Airlines have made it super easy these days to change your flights. If you happen to have a canceled flight, go online to the airline's website or through their app and try changing your flight. And then I tell you, if you have a major flight delayed, the quickest way to resolve anything is to go through the app and see if you can change your schedule there. If not, talk to the gate agent. I would recommend that you request a hotel or food voucher, or even a VIP lounge voucher if necessary. They're not required to give you those, but a lot of times they do. Also, if you have insurance, be sure to save any receipts so that you can make an insurance claim once you get back. If you encounter any issues at the resort, be sure to report it immediately to the front desk and they'll resolve it. If they don't, please let me know. But I promise you, these resorts want you to be happy. So go talk to the front desk. Don't be upset about something. Give them the chance to fix it. And it's easier for us. We have more power while you are in destination, so at the resort, than we do once you get back. So just be sure to give them the chance to try to correct it for you. When you arrive in the US, I talk about clearing customs and immigration here. You're going to have to pick up if you have a layover, if you don't have a direct flight, you're going to have to pick up your luggage at baggage claim and recheck it. This is a great time if you happen to have purchased any alcohol at a duty-free store post security at the airport. This is a great time to recheck it in your luggage, because if it's an odd shaped bottle or thick glass, it may not pass security and TSA will confiscate it, and you don't want that to happen. So just put it in the middle of your suitcase, recheck your suitcase, and keep on moving. Let's see. And I've told you a little bit more about some alcohol there. I've given you a link about customs and duty information. So if you have any questions about what you can bring back in duty free, there's where all that information is. If you're at a resort that requires dining reservations, I recommend that you make those as soon as you check in. A lot of times they will fill up, and so just go ahead and do that as soon as you check in. I talk about your ID that's required for travel. Of course, you've got to have a passport to travel international. And I've given you instructions on how to dial international phone numbers, and be sure to pack your patience because flight delays and cancellations are a real thing. I have given you some information about your destination, so definitely please read through that. It's going to have all kinds of information, including safety, tips, lots of stuff. So read through that. I know it's a lot of information, but do take time. And be sure to read through this letter that I've included because I give you a lot of good information there as well. That's got a lot of useful, helpful information, things you need to know. So please, 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 if you don't read the other one, at least read this one. And this will be printed out and in your document packet for you. Luggage fees, be aware that most airlines are going to charge you for your luggage, any checked luggage that you have. So unless you have some kind of status with them. When you're coming back to the United States, be sure to go ahead and download the mobile passport app. That's what it looks like in the App Store, the Google Play Store. So go ahead and download it and get it set up because it's going to want information from your passports, picture from your passports, that kind of stuff. So go ahead and get it set up. You won't be able to submit the questionnaire until you're actually back on US soil. So what I do is when I get back into the United States and I take my phone off of airplane mode, I go ahead and open up the mobile passport app, answer those few questions, submit it, and then you're going to get a QR code. And then once you get inside the airport, look for the mobile passport app line if it's open. It's not always open. It's not at every airport, but it's worth it if it is working. You will beat your luggage. It's that great. So I have had a couple of glitches with it in the past where I've had to do a hard restart on my phone because your phone just acts kind of wonky when you're coming back into the US from a foreign country. And I've also actually had to be inside the airport. And if you can't, I've had to be inside the airport to submit all the questions. So those are two little glitches to be aware about. And then also, if you don't see the mobile passport app line, ask an employee and they will direct you or tell you that it's closed. Remember that travel is an adventure. You're going to embrace new cultures, new places. So don't have expectations like you do here in the United States because you are going to a different country. And then I've given you a well-being travel checklist. This is just ways to help keep yourself healthy while you're away. So read through that. It's a pretty short read. And then, of course, COVID, there's a COVID travel advisory. So back up here to your first day. This particular one is going to be starting May 18th. So you're going to check in online for your flight beginning 24 hours prior to your flight. And I've told you what airline, if it's American, Delta, whatever, I've told you where to go and I've given you your flight confirmation numbers. So be sure to check in online for your flight starting 24 hours prior to departure. You are going to have to be at the airport at least 3 hours prior to your flight. You could be denied boarding if you're not checked in at the airport at least 90 minutes before your flight. And if you're going to a major airport, you may want to consider getting there 4 hours early. Like Atlanta's one that you definitely want to get there 4 hours ahead of time. But this particular flight leaves at 6 a.m., so they need to get at the airport at 3 a.m. That being said, I know a lot of the smaller airports don't open security until around 4 a.m. So, for example, if I'm flying out of Birmingham and my flight was 6 a.m., I would not get there before 4 because I know their security does not open until 4. So, and I've never had any issues, but I've told you the rule. So there you go. So I've given you your flight information. And then once you get to the airport, if you have Club Mobe, which is the VIP arrival, I've given you instructions there on what to look for. And then once you get there, how to find your transfers, depending upon what it is. And then, of course, you're going to check into your resort. And then on this particular situation, you're going to check in on, back to the resort real quick. Be prepared that they are going to require a credit card upon arrival for incidentals, even if it's all inclusive. So be aware of that. And then check in online for your flight beginning 24 hours prior to your flight for your return flight as well. And when you check out of these all inclusive resorts, they want you to physically check out, and your driver for your transfer back to the airport is going to need some kind of confirmation that you've actually physically checked out. So don't try to dodge that. Just go ahead and physically check out. They want to know that you have a zero balance before they put you on the transfer. And so then you can anticipate a departure time depending upon what part of Jamaica you're on. If you're in the Ocho Rios side, I would say you're going to have to leave your resort 5 to 6 hours prior to your flight. If you're in the Negril area, probably about 5 hours prior to your flight. If you're in the Montego Bay area, about 4 hours prior to your flight. So, and if you have Club Mo Bay departure, I've given you instructions on that. So be sure to read through all that. It's pretty specific. I'm not going to read it to you. You're a grown person, grown adult. You can read. But if you have any questions, let me know. And then your return flight information. All right. Y'all have a great time. I look forward to hearing back from you once you get back to hear what your trip was like. And I hope you have a great time. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Have a great day.